Now, clearly this time around, we get hit with something that we haven't experienced for a long time. In fact, never in my life. That's called extreme volatility. You know, it last time was then up, right? But now it's up, down, up, down, up, down, down. It's and I realized that there are people who just can't take volatility. Are there options for people who don't take volatility? What's your advice for them?
Yeah. So, actually, I've been thinking about this for quite a while. Having spent almost 3 decades in the advisory industry, I come to a conviction. And again, it's a bit controversial, and some people may hunt me for this conviction.
I always like it whenever you tease me this way.
I feel that for the common man in the street, there may not be a need to invest to secure their retirement. And maybe they shouldn't invest.
Oh.
And I'm specifically referring to Singaporeans. Okay, I can't say for other countries, but Singaporeans. Why do I say that? Because most men in the street, they don't know how to invest. They don't have knowledge. They don't have enough knowledge. They don't have enough experience. They lose more money than make money. And secondly, it sounds quite scary to say. Secondly, I find that the common man in the street, they don't have easy access to good advisors to help them to invest. And as a result, they may end up buying the wrong things and they can be worse off. So I don't say this lightly. It's my observation over the last 30 years. I see what most people buy when clients come, what they have in their...
As you to rescue them.
Yeah, right. So I was thinking about this for a long time. I said, perhaps for these people, it is actually better off that they don't invest the money.
Put your money in CPF, SA, whatever.
Yeah, that's the one of the things that they can do. So I have, in a way, come to a conviction that as long as they do these 3 C's properly, their retirement should be secured without having to take the risk of the investment market. What's the first C? Cash flow management.
Okay.
One of the biggest problems with the man in the street is they don't manage their cash flow well. And in a business, cash flow is king.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And in a personal life, cash flow is king. No cash flow, no surplus, you can't do anything. So in cash flow management, make sure your financial health is strong, whatever we talk about. Make sure you have a budget, make sure you spend below your means, make sure you have a surplus, make sure you have got a good emergency fund, make sure you don't take on too much debt, make sure that whatever cash you have, you put it at the right place to get a higher return, a higher interest, like your higher yielding, higher interest bank accounts, your SSB, your T-bills, or your trust bank, or whatever, right? So that's cash management. Now, if you do that well, that's a very good start already because you have cash. The second C is actually coverage management, insurance coverage.
Sure.
A lot of Singaporeans, and we know we talk about this many times, a lot of Singaporeans, I find that they buy a lot of insurance, they pay a lot of premiums, but it doesn't mean they are sufficiently covered.
Whole life, ILPs.
Yeah. So if they take care of the coverage well, they know what are the right insurance to buy, they don't have to spend a lot of money, and they should be comprehensively and adequately covered.
And you're specifically mentioning more leaning towards term insurance.
Yeah, term insurance, right? Having a good hospital and surgical plan, things like that. I'm not saying whole life is useless, but the reliance on whole life today is just too much on the other on the extreme.
If you don't mind, I hear a lot of the 165 community write to me. They cannot start with the wrong insurance, especially whole life, ILPs, and all these kind of things. And I don't know how to help them, to be frank, but this is where I always refer them to Haven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is where Chris has another company we call it a subsidiary.
Yeah, it's a sister company.
Sister company Haven, yeah.
Yeah,
we all do help people, men in the street with
That's right.
with their insurance needs.
Yeah, so there's 2 C's. So cash management, coverage management, and the third one is actually CPF management. Right, so for CPF management, I believe that if the man in the street, they optimize their CPF, something you advocate, top up their special account, their CPF life subsequently should be able to take care of their retirement, right? And if that is not enough, and for people who want to retire earlier than 55, because the problem with CPF Life, it pays at 65, right? If you want to retire earlier, well, you can consider some retirement income insurance plan, supplement your CPF Life with retirement income insurance plan. You should be good. So these 3 C's, if you do it well, and which is what you said just now, I mean, we at Providend, we cannot help this group of people, but Haven can, right? Because and Haven is actually doing this kind of planning for the man in the street, focusing on the 3 C's, making sure people is able to secure their retirement without having to take too much investment risk.